Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Let's take a quick look here at SUI. Easy way to understand it is we're right there testing that local point of control. We got a lot of open interest below us, decent amount of support in that range. So just keep in mind, if we do end up losing this area, we got a secondary support range here too. So there's a lot of good things going for this coin, but we're going to look at key level supports, resistances, some open interest and back in liquidation data. And more importantly, where is some good areas of dollar cost average if the price were to pull back? What's a good value for this coin? So don't forget to hit the like button. Maybe even comment below. Let me know, what is your position with SUI? Do you think we're going to go up or down from here? So take a look here. We can see 340 is that cutoff there of just that local area of support, or more importantly, liquidation. Okay, and keep in mind, liquidation accumulates at support and resistance ranges. So a lot of times those things can be used synonymously, but just know that this support level isn't based on liquidation. Liquidation is based on support. Having said that, though, we can see $4 is roughly the upper range, $3.90 to $4, and then just say $3.30 to $3.20. So we got a 10-cent range above and below the price action. It's kind of that little channel, but you can kind of see that we're basically range bound between $3.35 and $3.85. Having said that, are we going to range to the downside? Possibly. It does look like we're holding pretty strong right now, but Bitcoin is on the pullback, and so is SUI. So it's standard stuff. This is nothing to really read into and be like super concerned with. Having said that, though, we get closer to $3. I would expect some kind of candle wick down, some kind of aggressive selling pressure when we get there, because even though there's a lot of support there, market makers know there's billions of dollars just hanging out right there. So they're probably going to want to push the price action a little bit further down. Having said that, let's take a quick look at the macro. We can see there's not a tremendous amount below the price action or above, kind of just that natural range between 330 and 315. And we take a look here. This is what's different about this coin versus other coins. And I like this. This is a very positive sign. Liquidation delta is high, basically implying even with all the selling pressure here recently, we haven't broken bearish. We're still on the bullish side of things here. In other words, we got more people buying than selling, and that's a very, very good sign. We combine that with open interest. We can see there's a tremendous amount of open interest at about 340 just below the price. We lose that, there's a big gap between 340 and 305. So we may actually see the low $3 range if we do end up losing this current range of 340. So it's important to hold this level. If it doesn't, then I would say the next stop would be the low $3 range. Daily time frame is just kind of it's good. Nothing's changed here. All coins are looking pretty strong right now on the daily time frame. There are some divergences we're seeing on some coins where stochastic's starting to swing down. This one hasn't happened yet. RSI is above 70 as well, which basically implies we're in the do not short zone. You don't want to short this coin even though there's plenty of meat left on the bone and it seems very tantalizing. When you have a very significant uptrend like this, you don't want to really sell into it because there's like this euphoric type of nonsensical trading that goes on in this situation, and it's difficult to trade against it. Plus, all this volume here, unlike other coins, there's a lot of volume flowing in too. So pay attention to the volume. If the volume starts to dissipate, then maybe you consider a short, but I would recommend waiting for the price to be below that 340 and to retest it as a resistance first. So it'd be something like this here, where that support of 340 is retested bearishly, and then we continue lower, and that would all require Bitcoin to be on its way down too, okay? Which right now, Bitcoin is still maintaining 93 to 95K range fairly well, okay? So there is this potential reality here that we may not go too much lower for Bitcoin, and if so, I don't think we're gonna see that. We're gonna see the same thing from this coin. It'll continue higher up. All right, so take a look here. This is the open interest range. 340 is that lower support, so I'll go ahead and adjust this a little bit. This is roughly the open interest range here locally. We've got a point of control at 360, so 340 to 360 is like that local support. We can also recognize too, based on previous highs and lows, that 290 to like 310 is a solid support range. We already identified that on liquidation. We can recognize this here too as well, that RSI is now officially below 70, so we're not in this like crazy manic state here where the price action is just shooting up out of nowhere. It is starting to capitulate and pull back a little bit. And what I mean by that is as the RSI tapers off and goes down and the price goes higher, that's usually a continuation pattern. It does imply that the price will go higher because there's a cooling off from the RSI. Basically, just kind of letting us know that the longer we stay in this range, the more likely we are to break upwards. So I do think we're still more likely to continue upwards towards $4, but you got to recognize, until Bitcoin starts to bottom out, we may continue to see this kind of volatility for SUI. All that being said, The daily time frame, hourly time frame, just kind of confirmed we had a bull flag breakout. We identified this on Saturday, and the price inevitably went higher. Keep in mind, if you're ever looking at my playout charts, you're trying to interpret, the lighter, like the dotted line, is less likely, where the thicker line here, the dashed line, that's the more likely probability. And once more, likelihood of breaking up, which it did. It had a nice little bullish backtest of this descending trend and continued higher. Keep in mind, Bitcoin performed very similarly, so this isn't like an outrageously amazing situation, but it is, this coin is performing much better than most other coins out there. Cool. All right, so I would say the good DCA targets would be 340. That's the local low. We lose that local low, then 305 is secondary to that. We got some confluence down here with this 0.382 fib level at about 310. That's our local high as well. So those are the two areas I would be considering getting in, 340 and 305. It's a bit of a gap, I know, but we don't have a lot of volume in this range, so we can presume the price may continue to run just based on the lack of open interest in that range. Cool. That's all we got here, folks. Make sure you check out the Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I have a pretty good, awesome community over here now that's growing. It's really awesome, a lot of fun. Check out my shorts too. Those are on Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube, of course, TikTok as well, if that's your thing. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I deeply appreciate you watching and always liking those videos, folks. Thanks again so much. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.